He didn't tell you?
What?
How did I know before you?
The body plans. Look at her custom fragile tape. Oh, those bunny ears.
Yummy. Oh my god, that feels like butter.
But look how flat it is. Like, look at it.
And then it keeps showing up on my freaking explore page, and I'm like, okay, I got it. Noted. Yes.
Carla. she's like, what the f are you guys talking
She's gatekeeping something.
Once again, I come to you looking like an absolute mess. It is the end of a busy day, a very busy week. It's not the end of the week, but it's been a very busy week. I signed on another consulting client, so I'm doing two kind of big projects side by side and trying to raise a puppy at the same time. So this week's video is all that I really have the capacity for, mentally and physically, which is just to do another mishmash. And if you're new to this channel, a mishmash is essentially a vlog, except I don't put any pressure on myself to make it a cohesive story. So it's just like I film when I can and I just like mash it all together. And that's a mishmash. So I thought I'd start the video here because the bulk of the filming is gonna be happening tomorrow. I wanted to take you guys along to the shop, North Tropicals, because me and Charmaine are both working there. We carpool, we can do a little car chat, but tomorrow is a especially exciting day because Lauren is receiving quite a large group order from Amanda, aka Little Miss Bunny. That's gonna be happening later in the day because Anna has to go down and pick them up and bring them across the border. Lauren, it's not like an official thing. It's not like Lauren is the hub to sell all Amanda plants. Huxley is trying to get in the room. Amanda doesn't ship outside of the US, but Lauren has found a way to bring her plants in, but it's not like an ongoing thing, like an official partnership kind of thing. It's just like a very ad hoc thing, but it works really well because Amanda is so mysterious and so elusive, and it's kind of hard to get plants from her sometimes because she gets so busy. I saw the order form for this order, or not the order form, but kind of like the Facebook post asking what people wanted, and it looks very exciting, and Amanda's plants are always beautiful, so I thought that would be a good part of the mishmash. So I wanted to start filming here today because it's just a little bit less chaotic than trying to film tomorrow morning right before we head to the shop. And then there's like a couple of growth updates I wanted to show you guys because I don't know how to fit this in. Like, I don't have enough growth updates to show you to warrant an entire video, but there's like two things I want to show you before the window of time passes. So the first one I wanted to show you, it's a little bit past the window of time, but this is my King of Spades, or HU. I wanted to show you guys this new leaf before it started to turn green, but it's kind of green now, but the veining is still quite pink. But I'm trying to catch it in the right light. When it's in on the shelf back here where it lives, it has this like purple holographic sheen. I don't know. Sometimes I can't tell if the camera is picking it up until I'm editing, so I'm just gonna give you a bunch of different angles to see if you can catch it, but it's so stinking pretty. It is about time to repot this plant, so I'll probably save this to do in a future video, and maybe, just maybe, I'll give it a little bit of a chop because I've been trying to propagate this plant for Amanda for like a year. Like, me and Charmaine collectively have tried, and each time that we've tried, like I've tried once, she's tried once, and I think Lauren's tried once, but each time we've tried it only with a leafless stump, which tends to work with a lot of anthuriums, which is why we did it and like just had faith that Amanda could bring it back, but it never works. So this time I'm thinking I'm gonna try to get a cutting with a leaf on it and then propagate it that way, because the only other time I've been able to successfully propagate this plant is to remove an offset with like a little maybe two little baby leaves on it. In the future, I will try to get this cutting with a leaf, although it's not looking good because the oldest leaf is going. So I'm gonna have to try to get the next older leaf, which would be this one right here. And if I can't, then I'm not even gonna cut it, because why bother if the stump is just gonna like turn into petrified wood and dust. I think I actually missed the window to show you this leaf, which is really sad because it's, I think, maybe the prettiest leaf I've ever grown, but just to show you like the fully hardened leaf, so it's like very green compared to like this color. That's so pretty. I'm gonna put in a photo right here to show you like that purpley shift. the second plant. I'm very excited. I showed this in my Instagram stories because I was way too freaking excited. This is my Anthurium windlingeri, which looks a little bit just all over the place right now. This is the newest leaf. This one here. I brought it out, so it lives on this shelf now. I took it out of the tent because I just thought it doesn't need to live in there, and it's been doing fine. Oh no, wait, no. This one was the newest leaf. This one got super mangled because it grew into the side of the pot and I kept having to rescue it over and over again. And this was the last nice leaf, this one here. And I rescued the stem, like I got it to lift over the edge of the pot so it can actually like form properly, but it probably needs a repot anyways. The reason why I wanted to show you this is because it tried flowering again, and as some of you might recall, the first time it flowered, it never even emerged from the spathe. It was just like this big and then just shriveled off and died. But this one, it came out and it's still fresh. It only emerged from the spathe like I want to say 2 or 3 days ago, and it is starting to curl, so I'm really excited to see like how much spiral it's gonna give, but it's definitely not like a super straight one. And I think it is just absolutely stunning because, like, first of all, the spathe is like this little, look at it. It's like one of those party curls, like when you curl the ribbon with scissors, you know? And it curled more and more every day, and it just turned into this little ringlet. It started like this, and then over time it just started to do this with like super elegant little droop. So I'm really excited to see how much of a spiral it's actually gonna get. My understanding with windlingeri is like the juvenile plants, or when the first few flowers it puts out, it doesn't curl that much, and a very mature one will get like a really tight spiral if it's the type of windlingeri that does do spirally inflows, which is I think more of like an evolutionary thing. An actual aroid expert said that it is possibly to do with highland windlingeris have evolved to spiral just to keep pollen on the flower for longer, and the lowland ones where there's less wind, they have like straighter inflows because they don't need to like hold on to the pollen, I guess. I'll give you an update on it maybe like in my Instagram stories, or if I can manage to do it in a video I will, but I'll let you know how spirally it gets. Honestly, I don't know that I'll ever breed this plant. If it does produce pollen, I'll definitely like collect it and save it, because I know that Charmaine's windlingeri, which is like a different form to mine, has been flowering, so maybe we could do something with that. I just don't know like how easy it is to actually get it to take seed. But if there was ever an anthurium that I really wanted to flower, it was this one. And it's not even for breeding purposes, it's just to have a spirally inflow in my house. And we're finally there. Oh, I love this plant so much. I want it to look cute. If I could get it to like kind of face one way. So right now I have it on the shelf, but it hasn't been there for that long, only maybe a few weeks. And slowly the leaves are starting to turn a little bit, but not as much as I would like. So it does look like just incredibly messy right now. At some point I will cut it probably, but not obviously while it's flowering. And if I do cut it, I would only cut like the smallest bit of it off so I don't disrupt the plant too much. I think I've been growing this plant for coming up to 2 years now. So it started out as a seedling like this size, and now we're about this size. It took a long time, 2 years. I think a better grower than me would have gotten a lot bigger by now. So other than that, all I need to do is do some watering in this plant room, which I won't film because that's super boring. So the next time you'll see me is tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. You are glowing.
No, I'm not.
Look at your skin. This camera makes your skin look so nice.
Sweat.
Is this iPhone 15?
No, the 14 Pro.
Oh,
14
the front
Pro
camera's
Max.
so nice.
I know. I've been filming on this thing and I'm like, why is it so clear?
It looks really nice, this lighting, and it's like overcast. So we're filming without a mount. Like this is just resting on the
Look,
dash.
I think you can let it go. See? I'm just not gonna break
No,
the
I just
whole
really
time.
don't want it to fall forward and hit your like gear shift and then like smash.
No, I won't. Just to freak her out. Okay, this driveway will be the test.
Told you.
Oh my god.
worst.
No.
Oh.
I think you can let it go.
I think you can let it go.
Put it more on you.
Wait, you're not even in the
I
shot.
look like freaking Uncle Fester. Everyone
we-
just look at Alice. Nobody look at me. Nobody look at me.
We had to put it back on the mount. We figured it out, but now the angle sucks.
Sucks ass.
Okay, we have like maybe 20 or 25 minutes. I opened my Instagram to questions or chat topics, and she hasn't seen them yet. We're filming on her phone, so I can actually look at the questions. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like a hot bag of trash. I've been filming for a week of this week.
Yeah, that's one of the questions. How are you two doing
Oh,
currently?
I'm
Or just like your overall?
I'm happy though. It feels like fall now, except it's gonna get hot again next week.
No.
Yeah,
It's
like
like,
warm. No,
it's not
watch.
that warm.
No, look at it. Read it and weep, sucker.
It's not loading.
I know that you don't know Fahrenheit, but it's gonna be like 70s, which is like summer weather.
Oh, here we go. Whoa!
Told you.
Why is it always on the weekend? So currently, how are you doing? Tired?
Tired, but okay. I'm decluttering a lot right now. As you know, I got rid of like 40 plants or something. Like
Like they're
fall
already
plants.
out of the house? Or
Not
they're
yet,
just,
but
like,
they're
put
like
aside?
they're set aside.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they're gonna be picked up this weekend and next week. So
That's really nice. I want to declutter more.
you should. It feels so good.
Well, like a friend of mine, his house burned down in a fire, which is like
Oh my god.
he's gonna need a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good opportunity for him to like take furniture that is like perfectly fine, but like we just don't need, because there's like I don't need 10, 12 dining chairs. Like we're gonna give him like whatever he needs from our house.
I'm getting rid of my office desk if he needs a desk.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, no, you know what? Like his
It's
partner.
so shaky.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. His partner does a lot of like what's it called when you like do little like models, like you know,
Oh.
like the toy model
Yeah.
kind of things, and
Oh,
he
that would be
sells them.
perfect.
So I think he could use that.
Yeah. It's in really good shape too.
But anyway, how am I doing?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm very tired.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
with Doug.
work. Oh yeah. I saw what Doug did to your wall.
What did he do on my wall? Was it on Garrett's
Garrett's
Instagram?
story. He didn't tell you?
What?
How did I know before you?
Yeah, no, you know before I do.
I mean, it's
Oh.
not fixed, but
The baseboard, yeah.
yeah, the baseboard.
Yeah.
Pudge did that too to our baseboard.
Yeah, it's really bad, but at least it's an opportunity to try and leave it, because he knows leave it. Like we did leave it training with like treats, so I dropped one treat on the ground and I'm holding the better treat in my hand. If he didn't touch it, then like he got it in like 2 minutes, and then I graduated to like 2 treats on the ground. And I was taking like handfuls and just like sprinkling it, letting it bounce and stuff, and he was doing really good with that, so he understands what leave it means.
Buddy.
But then like the teething, I think, is like too strong of a instinct
Yeah.
to chew.
Yeah.
It's like he loves that corner, but he also loved to like pull my hand towel off the rack. So like
So cute.
I would tell him leave it, and he wouldn't leave it. So I was like, if you don't leave it after me telling you twice, because I don't typically like repeat commands,
Yeah.
so I'm giving you an extra one, and if you still don't, then Huxley gets a treat. So
Oh
like
my
there's no
God.
way for him to win. And then like after a couple of times he ran, he like came to me to get a treat. I was like, you don't get a treat for like not listening to me. So then he ran back to the hand towel, sat down, and just like looked at me like this.
Oh
Just, like,
my god, he's so sassy.
He's so
He
cute.
has so much personality already.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he's like got the demonic puppy side, but also a really sweet side.
Aw. Is he different than Huxley as a puppy?
I
Or
think
is he
he's like
similar?
he's learning things faster, because like we got him at 2 weeks younger than Huxley, so he
right.
which also is a bit sad because I'm already so tired. I'm like, now is the point where we would have gotten Huxley's, and like thinking back of how long it
was.
felt like potty training in the middle of the night.
Oh my god.
He's way more cuddly. but I don't know if it's because he is a little younger and just like a little bit more scared to be on his own and just wants to be near people.
Puppy cuddles are the best. Oh, fudge.
Yeah.
Sorry. They just like fall asleep everywhere, anywhere and everywhere.
Isn't it weird how puppies don't pant?
Yeah.
Like they'll be zooming, and they sit down. They're just like,
and I'm done.
just a blank look on their face.
Just close your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, go sleep now.
Flop. I'm very tired, but it's like
It's
a lot of. I think there's the highs are high and like the lows aren't that low, but it's the lows are like more like fear and anxiety.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like fear and anxiety of like
around work,
yeah, just because it's like everything is so new and like I feel like a lot is riding on me and a lot of trust is being put on me.
I think once you're like doing it for a while, you're like, I got it.
Yeah.
I think it would be weird if you didn't feel anxious and you were just like, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also, I think it's our generation to just kind of
feel a lot of pressure.
Think that way.
Yeah, so that's how we're doing. Wow, one question.
Wow.
Who's your... Wait, where is it?
Who's your daddy?
Who's my daddy? My dad's name is James.
I love James.
Who's your favorite L name person?
L name?
Of all time.
Like, just starts with the letter L?
Yeah. Is it Lauren?
Lauren. I went immediately to, like, celebrities. Did Lauren ask that question?
Yeah.
She did. That was a trick question.
Yeah.
She almost got me caught up.
What did you say?
The only person I can think of is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, I didn't even think of him. Look how tanned we look. Look at you.
You look like a porcelain doll. I look like I just went in an oven.
Look how... green. Look how glowy you are. Here's one question I can quickly answer.
Okay.
How do you take aesthetic photos of plants? I'm trying to start my journey. I'm going to link this video in the description. Can you send me your thumbnail later?
I forgot about that video.
I thought about making like a short or something like that. Just my process specifically as like taking photos in low light.
Oh yeah.
Which really is like a challenge.
That's her specialty.
We're like, we're heading into that season where like my photos are really hard to edit.
I feel like where we are now is like your normal. Like the struggle I'm having right now with light is like what yours is like
in summer,
like all the time. Like, how did you do this? It's so grainy.
Yeah. How did you and Charmaine meet Lauren and start working at North Shore Tropicals? So we knew Lauren for a long time before working there.
I bought a plant from her in, I think it was 2019. I bought a bird of paradise from her.
Yeah, but you didn't know her as a person, right?
No, but that's the first time we met. Like, she dropped it off, we talked and stuff. Rylan was there.
Yeah. And
then we became friends on social media.
Yeah.
But we were never like buddy. Like, we didn't like go to lunch or anything.
We didn't just... You never like had chatty conversations.
No, never.
I met her in 2020. Again, like buying plants off Facebook. Because she was also like locally purging in our Facebook group. Oh,
those were so fun.
Yeah, her purges were epic.
Her
because
2020 purges.
Yeah,
were wild.
And she took so long to kind of like it. Well, I mean, I guess because she was sitting on so much stock that she bought prior to 2020, which was like a cheaper cost to her. So her prices were like insanely good for a while, and then like, you know, she depleted that stock and then she was buying in stuff. But for the longest time, people were like flipping her plants because her prices were so cheap.
I know.
But it was just like based on her cost. It wasn't until, I don't even know when we became friends.
I can't like pinpoint when we would have like started really like chatting and talking, honestly. It feels like it just happened all of a sudden.
I do feel like it just happened.
Like, when would we have like gone to like hang out at the shop? Like, how did that even start?
I don't know. I think it was kind of like around when YouTube started. When you started YouTube, and then like there was like a couple of sales where she would invite us to like be a part of the sale, right? And then there was just like starting to get a little bit of like backstage access to the shop. And then where we started working there, it was really like this year, when I quit my job, I had a conversation with her. I was like, are you hiring right now? And she was like, no, not really. Why? Who's asking? I was like, me.
She's like,
okay, well, like, let's talk. And then so she really just like, she was really a godsend for me because it was just one thing that helped me feed myself during a time when like I was like not doing anything at all. And just like a little bit of insurance. And then even after, it just doesn't feel like work. So when I got work and I didn't necessarily need to work there, I still wanted to work there. And
so
then like,
fun.
Yeah.
She's like the funnest boss to work with. Sometimes we're like, all right, Lauren, no more talking. Time to work. And she's like, hey,
oh wait, but look at this plant.
come on, look at this.
Yeah, that's the story. Oh, I love this question. Why do you like anthuriums over other types of plants? More rare, exotic, intriguing? I'll tell you, it's not the rarity. I have so many reasons to love anthuriums.
Rare.
Above everything else. Do you have, well, you don't love anthuriums more than anything. But, okay, maybe
this is a question for you, for sure.
What one thing is, I love the satisfaction of seeing a tiny leaf expand from like this big to like this big. And like all leaves kind of expand, but not to that level, other than like maybe Hoyas.
Yeah.
No, not
even
of the
like,
plants that I'm growing.
Yeah.
Anthuriums and Hoyas are the only ones that do that, but Hoyas just aren't as satisfying as anthuriums. The other thing is like their growth habits. It's so much easier to maintain because they don't have giant long stems for the most part of what we're growing. So like if you had an ugly plant and you had one nice leaf, just chop all the ugly leaves off and you have this gorgeous plant. Whereas if you did that to a philodendron, you'd have a stem this long.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's so much easier to maintain. You have to do moss pulls. I just find them so much better for me as a grower to not stress me out as much. Because like if I was running out of space, I'll just chop some leaves off and like sacrifice a bit of like photosynthetic power.
Yeah.
But at least it fits in my space better. There's very rarely do you have to chop back an anthurium, you know what I mean?
Unless it's just like ugly leaves or too big. Like honestly, that's why I've been chopping leaves off. It's like either it's just spider mites or it's like it doesn't fit on my shelf and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna chop you off now.
Yes. And just like how easy they are to breed, so that's been like obviously really fun for people in the hobby.
That's something that like honestly when I first got into imported aroids, I never in a million years would have thought that I could even do that.
Produce seeds.
Like I could do it, yeah.
I like the texture of them, and I find them so resilient. I know people are hesitant to like get into anthuriums because they're like high maintenance, finicky, high humidity, that kind of stuff, but I find them so much more resilient because their roots are so juicy and like thick.
They acclimatize, you guys. I think a lot of people aren't willing to see it through the growing period, the growing pain period, where it's like it's been like 3 months or whatever and it's like still not acclimatizing to low humidity. It's like, dude, it took me like a year and a half. Now my anthurium are starting to like actually grow nice leaves in low humidity, low light, low temps. You can do it. Maybe not with every anthurium, but for the most part, I would say most anthurium can be grown in ambient conditions. You just have to be patient.
And you have to make sure they have a strong root system, that they can take the water faster than they can expel water.
Yeah.
Homemade pond recipe. I still need to make my pond video.
I know, what the hell, lady? That was like, she said she was gonna do it like 2 years ago.
I know, and like now I don't even know if people are interested. Well, like, this person is interested.
I still get comments about how do you make your own pond? I'm like, I don't know, I ain't never done it.
And then there was recently a whole chat, like a flurry of activity in the pond channel on our Discord about like different types of homemade pond.
Yeah. Join our Discord.
I actually made my
oh my god.
Oh, geez.
Oh my god.
You're good. Stay in this lane for a second.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, so I was saying, I just learned that you can make the Discord invite link permanent.
Oh yeah.
So now that it's we've set up a couple of things, or Kayla has set up a couple of things. Kayla's our new mod. Has set up a couple of things to make sure that like people acknowledge rules before they are allowed to see the entire server. Yes. And like she's able to be a bit more active than we are. So she can kind of moderate if anyone's breaking rules. So I just made the link permanent. I
wish I had more time to
be on Discord. But I do appreciate that like the everything's just still happening
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Like, I'm
Yeah.
glad that people are on it, even though, like, we're not on there, like, all the time. Like, it truly was just to connect you guys, like, both of our followings together. You know what I mean? So, it's really more for you guys than it is for us.
Yeah. And I don't get the sense that there's any expectation that we're, like, always there and answering questions.
Sure.
I just think that it's really nice to see people just, like, organically hanging out
And
there.
talking, I know.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's so cute. I just want like one friendship to happen in real life that happened through this Discord. I would be so happy.
Yeah.
That would make my life.
Comfort movie / show / series.
Anything slasher. Just love a good slasher. It's like, maybe not so much like the Saw things. Like, the Saw movies, like, they were good, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but that's a little bit too gory for me. I'm not really into, like, the huge, like, gore, but, like, I love, like, a teen slasher, like Scream
Like
or
this?
something.
You like that? You don't actually
exactly.
see it?
Exactly.
Right.
But other than, like, scary movies and stuff, like, you guys all know that, I think my comfort show still has to be Friends and Office. Those are just things I can just, like, always have in the background.
Yeah. I really love a laugh track. It's just good background, you know?
Yeah. I like the way that you worded that. Good laugh track. I am...
Mine is like the complete polar opposite.
Oh,
No, you
is
keep
it?
going, you keep going.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna start Bob's Burgers. I watched one scene that somebody recommended, and I was like, dude, this is my humor. Like, how come I haven't been watching
I bet
this?
I would like that too, but
Yeah.
I just like can't get myself to like start a cartoon series.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think you should start it when you're like cleaning or something, so that you're not like, I'm just gonna sit down and watch this cartoon. It's like it's just on in the background, and you can, you know what I mean, like tune in when you want. I think that's probably how I'm gonna.
I feel like Rick and Morty might be our humor too.
My sister has been trying to get me to watch Rick and Morty forever. She's like, you are seriously missing out. Oh yeah, Christmas stuff, huh?
Yeah, but specifically a surprising one. It's awful. It's such a bad movie, and I watched it like 5 times, and I feel so good every time I watch it. The Lindsay Lohan one that came out last year. I think it's called Falling for Christmas.
I watched it.
It's so comforting.
I love Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, that one has been like my rainy day if I'm by myself. Treat myself to a little Falling for Christmas.
You are so you're so corny. But like,
and then the other one, I feel like, I know you like this. I don't know if it's a comfort movie for you, but Moana.
oh my god, yeah, that's a comfort movie.
Yeah.
I love Moana.
There's been a couple points in my life where like I had just like gone through a bit of a ordeal, and then I put on Moana and just lay in bed. It's really
so good.
Yeah.
That's like me and Millie's thing. Like, when I was in California, she would, like, whenever I'd give her a bubble bath, we would just listen to the Moana soundtrack.
Such a great soundtrack.
I know.
Yeah.
And she just, like, loves it. So every time I talk to her on FaceTime,
Or
now,
like
she's
pitch black.
I know. She's like, can you come over to Mima's house and give me a bubble bath and listen to Moana?
Aww.
It's our thing. But yeah, Moana is such a great movie. And I watched the live action. I kind of went on like a Disney binge this weekend. Kind of weird. I didn't really feel like watching anything spooky.
Yeah.
But I watched the live action Mulan.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I cried like 5 times.
Aww.
It was so good. Mulan, you should watch Mulan, because it's not shot for shot. It's like, they did change it a little bit. Like, there's no Mushu, which kind of sucks, but...
Aww.
Like,
well, I mean, I
there's
guess,
no-
how could you... I guess you would just have a human...
Yeah,
Like
but there's
Mushu.
no like comedic elements to it. Like, you know how Mulan was very funny? Yeah, this one, not funny.
Okay.
It had funny-ish moments,
But it's a lot more serious.
Yeah, more serious. It was just so good. And
So I guess it was just like, because it is kind of based... Not kind of. It was based on true story.
Yeah.
So like they were just trying to make... try to do justice to that.
Exactly.
That's good. I think I would enjoy that.
You should watch it.
Yeah. Okay, next question. This was hard.
Oh, God.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, that's not hard.
Yeah?
No, it's not. Here's something weird. I like... That's weird.
Weird?
I like vanilla bean ice cream with graham crackers.
Okay.
That's just like my all-time favorite. I've loved it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm more on like the simple side with ice cream. I don't like anything too sweet. I don't like anything with chocolate. I eat chocolate chips.
Oh, I don't like chocolate chip because chocolate's just like
So
frozen chocolate is so
hard.
waxy and
Yeah, it just doesn't taste good.
What if it's like fudge?
No.
Oh, okay.
Too sweet. I just don't
Like I like brownie pieces. Sorry, it's
Ooh,
shaky.
brownie pieces. Oh, a brownie.
I really like chocolate ice cream. Like chocolate, like malted milk chocolate, chocolate with like honeycomb. I like that.
Fancy.
One of my all-time favorite flavors is like cheesecake, like raspberry cheesecake, like with cheesecake chunks in it.
Oh my god, that sounds so good. Okay, yeah. I like anything with cheesecake.
Yeah.
If I could like lather myself in cheesecake, I would.
Just drink cheesecake.
Drink it.
Yeah.
I freaking love cheesecake.
And I think just like a specific one that I think is just because I grew up with it, it's like an all-time favorite flavor is the Haagen-Dazs strawberry.
Oh, okay. Mine is similar. Mine is the strawberry shortcake ice cream bars. Have you ever had one of
What
those?
brand is that?
I don't know. I used to get it from the ice cream man. I'm gonna send you a picture because I know that there's people watching this that are like, oh my god, I love that ice cream.
Okay, maybe I've never had it.
So,
But if we're talking about ice cream, man, the SpongeBob popsicle. I
oh
love that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Because it's like sorbet. It's not like icy.
It's just like melts in your mouth.
Yeah. Okay, let's do one more because we're approaching the shop / Starbucks.
Pick a good one. Really good one.
Do you want juicy or
Juicy. Something that's gonna get us canceled. Just kidding.
but a shortish one?
Well, because we still have to like wait for the coffee and stuff.
That's. Oh, do you? While I look for one, think of what you want for coffee.
I know what I want already. I think I want a matcha.
Oh, a hot one or a cold one?
A hot one.
Oh, current #1 wish list plant.
So juicy.
#1.
Gosh. I'm trying to think if it's a philodendron or an anthurium. Honestly,
Like, what's the last time you had sadness in your heart that you didn't own that plant? Like actual sadness.
I don't feel that way at all.
Really?
I feel like I'm so content with what I have, and I feel like all the plants that I have, or like there are plants that I have in my collection that I'm just like, why do I have this? Like, people like me don't get this. You know, like plants from Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just like so grateful for like anything that I've gotten that I never would have even imagined that I'd be able to get.
Yeah.
But something that has been on my mind definitely is the freaking circus peanuts.
Yeah.
I love that plant so
it's
much.
just way out of our price range.
Oh god, that's like, but see, okay, here are the thing. Like, how many times have we said we're never gonna get that plant? There's no way. Like, we'd never own that plant, and then now it's in our collection. Burley-Marx's Flame, Spirit of Sancti.
That's true. Maybe we'll wait a couple years and we might be able to have a circus peanuts. Mine, I think there's 3.
Wow, you have 3 on your list?
I know, but what's one? Okay, I'll tell you the 3 and tell me which one should be my #1. I still want to call it Beveb
Okay.
and Pure Carla, but a Juan Carla. And a Dresslerite that's a little bit more easygoing one.
I'm gonna say the Juan Carla. I think that's your #1. You just never stop talking about that one. Like,
I know.
how do we make this happen, you guys?
I'm not in a rush, but it does, like, it makes me sad a little bit in my heart to not have one, because when I see one, just
so
like, I just
sad.
want to love you and I want to show you
I wanna hold
my true intentions. Okay, we gotta go order Starbucks now and then head to the shop, so I'll see you at the shop.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. All right, plants are here. We did some boring stuff in the morning that like wasn't really worth showing. Me and Charmaine were just working on website restock stuff, and then Anna's back with the body plants. Look at her custom fragile tape. Isn't that so cute? It looks so designer. And now Lauren is going to do the honors of unboxing them, and so she's going to just pass me plants as they're unwrapped, and then I'll show them to you. Okay, Lauren does not want to be on camera because she's been up since 5 a.m. How am I going to... Okay, so I wanted to show you guys her packaging.
She's lying to you.
This like corrugated, I feel like I've described it in the past. This tube, and it's packed so I probably can't even do this with one hand. Please hold while I scratch the shit out of this. Jose, can you help me?
Yes.
Do you wanna open it?
Oh, sure.
You don't mind being on camera.
I don't care.
This is Jose. Look how cute he is. And everything is just covered in fluff. Oh my!
RA5 Swamp Bunny.
So big.
Oh
RA5 Swamp Bunny. And this is that like clingy, like sticks to itself stuff. Here, you can be part of the action. This looks like duck feet.
Here.
Like a cartoon duck.
Head test. Dude, this thing is so freaking nice. Wait, look at this leaf here.
Oh, those bunny ears.
Yummy.
They're like Sanrio bunny ears, you know? What's that bunny character in Sanrio?
Oh, pop quiz. Pop quiz. Oh, what's the bunny's name? Can't remember. But the one with the cross as a...
Yeah.
Fresh leaf. What is that? Thank you.
Wow. What a sinus.
What is that?
You know how in Home Alone when Marv falls through the hole and he goes, wow, what a hole.
No, I don't.
I don't know
but
how that relates, but I have that feeling of awe. What is this?
shock and awe. I don't know.
These look like the same plant. Wow. It has like that purple Bessier shift. Is this Spider Ralph man?
Where's my spider
This-
Ralph, man?
You don't have one. It's Gerald.
Oh.
You have Gerald.
Thank
I
God.
thought it was.
Thank God, don't give it to me. I'll just lose it.
we were talking about all these plants that she's like, I don't know where this is. I don't know where this is. I think it's dead.
Don't tell
But
me.
I need to go to her plant room and
Please,
tell her what everything
just
is so
get it
she
under
can
control.
label it once and for all.
It's just ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure this is Spider Ralph man. This is Anna.
Hey, Griffin.
I always get emergent leaves with Amanda's shipments, and they always look perfect. Like, do you see a single like rip or anything in the leaf?
Because Amanda is perfect.
Amanda's
She's
Living
perfect in every
perfection.
way.
What
I'm gonna propose to Amanda one day. I'm
What
gonna
are you gonna
propose before
propose
you.
with?
I'm gonna get down on one knee
Yeah.
and propose with. What does Amanda like?
I
does Amanda
offered
eat?
her, she eats sourdough bread.
Oh yeah. What's
I'm
his name
going
again?
Geppetto.
So you have to come over and do it because I don't know who's who. I was just talking about you in my last video, and I was like, I only know what this is because I lined up all my inferior to tell you who they are.
But you could just do that over FaceTime too.
That's true. Or you could just come over with Doug. Alternatively, he needs to get his shots already. Pudge would.
Yes,
Pudge
and
would
like
be
Pudge is
so
like maybe
good with
one of the only dogs I trust to be with Doug
would
to
be
like give
so
him like a
good with
positive experience.
Yeah.
With, like, yeah. Look at this Carla Bivet. Look at the texture on it. Look how like grainy and like leathery it is. This is so much more texture than mine. And these like slightly overlapping lobes and then like the butthole. Okay, we're rolling.
We're rolling. We're on, folks. Mic check.
Mic
1,
check.
2, 1, 2. We're live.
The rest of the plants are now unboxed. And I am so regretting not ordering anything.
Same.
What were we thinking? Because I knew about this order. Because Lauren posted it in like the Facebook group. This I think was like by far from what I saw in that thread the most popular because someone was like, I need this one because of this picture that Amanda posted, and they posted a screenshot of Amanda's picture. And that's like, we have this plant. This is the
We do.
Lux.
Oh,
Yes,
you have.
You have it too. Lux.
Oh, I do, and I know where it is, and it has a new leaf. I do. I labeled it the night that you helped.
Thank God.
God
Okay.
dang it,
Lux Ralph Bynum Fort Sherman. Okay, so like ours is mine's probably like this big.
Mine
And
is like an eraser.
I know why mine looks so small because it's in a cup, like basically this size. So I need to just upsize the pot and it'll probably get bigger. Although I kind of missed that summer window, but that's fine. Look at the freaking colors
I'm dead,
on this.
dude. It's not. I'm not well.
Ours don't look like that yet because they're basically still seedlings, but they're gonna end up looking like this. Every single, like they don't all look the same, but they all have that evil looking, oily. Do you see the color? Like holographic kind
Yeah,
of?
it definitely has a shift.
Like it is one of the prettiest Lux hybrids I've ever seen, and it's definitely one of the only ones where I'm like, yes, that definitely looks like a different cross to like Mag Lux.
Oh yeah, like half the time I'm like, if it didn't have the tag, I don't know who's
You
who,
wouldn't know,
But I
and-
would never confuse this with
yeah,
any of my other ones.
if you told me that was like a crystal Lux, I'd be like, are you sure?
You're lying.
Because like look at the extra pink color.
It's so pink.
It's so pretty, and this is this is not the newest leaf. No, it's not. This is not the newest leaf on this plant. This is multiple plants in one little moss ball. But look how colorful it still is. It's so black.
It's freaking
Let me
Regina.
black scissors. Like, do you see?
It's dark, dude.
It's so dark. This is one of the best, maybe the best Lux hybrid I've ever seen.
Period.
And I can't believe I already have it. I just need to
can't
take
believe
better
I have
care of
one
it.
Too. I just forgot.
Yeah. I think mine's okay. It's just like it could do so much better in a bigger pot.
Well,
so.
maybe now you'll be motivated.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
You're like,
Hell
wait,
yeah.
I know what it looks like now.
Yeah, that color. Oh my god. It's so nice.
Next.
Okay, so these are Lauren's personal plans. This, I'm jealous. This one is one of the JV Queen series. This one is Coca Queen. So that's Forgetii rugulosum. And
Carib Queen, the one that we have,
is Dressleri rugulosum. So, like, just based off of the name, I thought, oh yeah, for sure I would like Carib more. I assume if it took on more Dressleri, it would be like darker, maybe a bit more colorful, and definitely velvety. But I think the Coca Queen is even more velvety than the Carib. And Amanda says that she actually finds this one easier to grow.
Is the leaf thicker? Maybe because mine's so young. Mine feels a little thinner, but for some reason this feels just slightly more rigid.
I find it might just be this leaf as a one-off, but I find it less textured.
Oh.
This looks like flatter than the
No, actually, yeah, you're right, because the Carib Queen is like, you could see that from a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wonder if it's because it's lighter in color, too.
Yeah, I don't know.
But no, even from the back, it's not as pebbly as
Right?
the Carib Queen, yeah.
And the Carib Queen that has more of a Dressleri shape. The venation, where it comes out like kind of like a star, and it comes out a little bit more horizontal and it comes down, whereas this one angles down a little bit more. It's just like a very subtle difference in the venation. But I really like this one, and I think this one was like one that Amanda like surprised her with, like a little surprise edition. This one looks like a Bessie hybrid. So this one must be, oh yeah, it's labeled Gerald Bess. This is one of Amanda's hybrids, and Charmaine recently talked about it in a video. So this is Gerald is some sort of Pappy hybrid, but like it's unknown parentage, crossed with her Bessie AF, and then the result is like a very thick leafed plant. And I think I've seen pictures of it. I'm gonna pop in a photo here. Like the colors on them is just like purple, red, pink.
I know,
like,
it's so different.
so colorful, and it just looked like a party. So this is I think one of Amanda's favorite hybrids that she's ever done. So that's really nice. A couple, I don't think these are for Lauren because she already has this cross from Amanda, but this is Crystal Pinkley. We have it, but unsure of its alive or dead status.
No comment. I wish to not comment at this time.
I would be really surprised if it was dead.
No, it's probably somewhere, dude.
Yeah. Maybe I do need to come over, or maybe I need to like.
Saying. It's easier to come over. Why am I so itchy? I'm gonna.
Where are you
throw a
itchy?
fit. The bottom of my foot.
The bottom of your, like the sole of your foot.
Yes,
that's
and now
the most annoying.
And now it's tickling me even more by having to scratch it. I'm so confused.
Amanda's cross is way cuter than is it Equigenera or Tropical's cross?
We always say that.
It is.
Those are better.
It's just cuter, period. Like it's
Because
got better
She
shape.
has better mother plants, I think.
Yeah, probably. Sorry for all the background noise.
God.
They're not. Just
She's
joking.
so.
Okay, 3 more plants.
3 more.
This one is Carla Lux. Look how dark it is, and like the veins.
You have that one.
I don't have this one.
I'm hoping that when I say it, it makes it true. Like all the other times.
Oh, how's yours doing? It's doing
Where
great.
is it?
Wow.
I
It's so
want a few. Oh my god, that feels like butter.
But look how flat it is. Like,
So
look at it.
flat. It's like a plate.
No,
Yeah.
but okay, so this one also looks different to the other Lux hybrids. It's not so bubbly and bumpy. Ooh, so pretty. And it's like bluey.
I don't know. Do I want to add this to my wish list? I feel like I already confused all my Lux hybrids. I'm like,
You don't have anything with Carla on your wish list, do you? Not your wish list, your collection.
No, but the more that you keep freaking mentioning Carla, the more I want one, and it's so annoying. I don't need more plants, you little rat.
Wait, no, you're getting rid of ones you don't love, but something with Carla, I feel like.
Yeah, I do. I really. And then it keeps showing up on my freaking explore page, and I'm like, okay, I got it. Noted. Yes.
Carla.
Because I told her, I'm like, whatever.
Like, she's always been like kind of neutral about
Whatever.
Carla. All right, so this one is another
Sorry, I just
Amanda
want to see
hybrid.
everything.
It's so cute.
God, Amanda, you're so hot.
Last year, she sent Charmaine a mag crystal. She selected that one for us because it was very silvery and very red, similar to like a red crystallinum. So that batch she crossed with her red crystal port, which we also have. So this is mag cris crossed with red crystal port, and look how freaking like
Man.
this has Carla
I
vibes
was
in the
just gonna
veins.
say, it looks like
Right?
Carla.
The way it just kind of disappears off the edge. And it's so red. Is it picking up the veins? Like in the middle of the veins, how it's pink?
very, very, what is that word? Faint.
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 Subtle.
I almost said taint. Wait, what does taint mean? Oh, when you taint something.
Yeah.
But it can
yeah,
also
sure.
mean-
when it's contaminated. Okay, I don't know if this, okay, do you see this hot pink? Is
That's insane. It looks like a highlighter.
Is it? Yeah, it's like the classic pencil eraser pink.
Yes, exactly. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that before.
Wow. I regret not ordering.
You know what? We made
feel-
some bad decisions in the
But you know what? Imagine the FOMO we would feel if we weren't here to help open them.
That's true.
At least we get to see them and touch them and stuff. Okay, last plant before we dig into lunch.
So hungry.
This is Lauren's plant. This is an offset of her Wenlinkeri, which finally Lauren has one in her collection. She says she used to have possibly a Wenli hybrid, which is like kind of astounding. But that one died, and so this Wenli, it's from like the massive one in Amanda's living room, which Charmaine has a piece of, which I want to
It is so
eventually
cute.
own as well because I love Wenlis. But both of ours, so like our Wenlis are different, and both of ours are flowering. So maybe we can try to cross it. You cross it, like I'll be the mother plant, because it's not. Mine's growing like kind of like all over the place, the helicopter, anyways, and I think it's older.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, your plant is older, but it's a cutting of
But
an
it's
older
a
plant, but
newer-
it's newer,
yeah.
propagation.
I feel like it's just now starting to like get its bearings.
Yeah, I don't mind being the mother. So, yeah, this is the same as Charmaine's, and I think it's gonna grow up really big and fat because Lauren just has a way with
You know,
anthuriums.
Lauren, she put something in her plants that she won't tell us.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
she's like, what the f are you guys talking
She's gatekeeping something. She's just not telling us.
Maybe it's something in the water in North Van.
No, I'm telling you, like her Dark Phoenix. It was funny because I was here during the Dark Phoenix handoff, and it was a tiny little thing. She's like, I'm gonna grow it bigger than yours faster. And I'm like, hers is like big already.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it's bigger than mine.
Yeah, the things that she's grown from seed and they're freaking massive. It's kind of like what we get mad at Amanda for doing. Lauren's guilty of it too. Growing
Guilty as
plants
charged.
too big, too fast. Anyways, our lunch is here. We're gonna go eat lunch, so see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
All right, we're back in the plant room. I completely forgot to close things off at the shop. I was even gonna like maybe do some more questions with Charmaine in the car, but then we were so beat. I don't know why. I am sleep deprived, she's sleep deprived, and we actually didn't do like a super full long day at the shop because there wasn't as much to do as usual. It's not like it was not nearly as big of a shipment. I don't know why I had like 100 something plants in my mind. I don't know if Amanda mentioned like 100 and something, and I just had in my mind that it was this massive shipment and Lauren was gonna need a ton of help, but she didn't end up needing that much help, and we just kind of got caught up in like just catching up with each other. There is like so much drama happening in like Canadian plant groups that there was just a lot to talk about, so that wasn't being filmed. So I was like, you know what, let's just close it off here in the plant room. I came home with plants that I was not expecting to come home with, so I thought I'd show you guys. Why did I come home with gifts? I don't know. They're not from Amanda. The first one is a mandula. So this is from Charmaine. As you guys would have heard her say in the car, she is getting rid of a ton of plants, and I don't know what happened. Okay, so my mandula, I was trying to size it up and grew it up a pole, and I got some size up on it, and I don't know why I just like chopped it to pieces and then like sold it all. And I was like, wait, I actually still want to size up mandula. So I was like, can I just take your mandula if you're like getting rid of it? And she had a couple, so she gave me this one. I do really like this type of variegation on the mandula, like the really chunky, like stripy, little bit more contrasted. This one is a little bit like more narrow and sharp. Like if you look at this leaf here, it's just a very sharp mandula, and it's not my favorite. I like the really round ones, but I also know that these can like change back and forth. So this is going to be my last attempt to size up a mandula before either I care enough to keep going or I don't care enough and I just let it trail. So this is probably my favorite epipremnum that I've ever owned. So I'm willing to give this a try. I don't even think I have any other, like I don't have the epipremnum pinnatum albo anymore. I got rid of that one. I got rid of like I had a glacier pothos. I got rid of that. I think this might be the only one I have left. So it's my last Hail Mary attempt to size it up, because if I could get like at least even like something like this big, I would be really happy, I think. And then I might just like be over it and get rid of it. But still, when I see mandulas like grown massively up a pole, it still does something to my heart. So I do think I'm gonna put it onto like one of Lauren's like D-shaped moss poles with like the honeycomb front, just because the lazy pole requires moss, and I actually want to maybe do like a tree fern soily mix or maybe like coco coir mix for this, just because it's easy to water through with like a front on it. So that's gonna be easier for me to maintain as a moss pole, because I've come to realize that like I just cannot stand moss pole maintenance. So if it's something that I can water through with a watering can, especially if I can like fertilize it at the same time, that is the best case scenario for me for moss pole maintenance. And also because when I see people's mandulas that grow up really huge, they're always on like the crappiest, like the traditional moss pole that like dry out and get crispy all the time. So I figure if I can give it something even better, like more nutritious, easier to hydrate, like the D-shaped moss pole with some sort of soil adjacent mix inside, that might be my best bet to get it to size up. But yeah, a lot of talk to say I got a mandula. The second plant, I was not expecting. For some reason, Lauren got it into her head that she still owes me a birthday present. And I was like, first of all, my birthday was in July. You took us for pedicures. You took us to an escape room. You more than gave me a birthday present. And I think like I might have gotten, no, I didn't get a plant from her, but she was insisting I take a plant, but I was like, you already did too much. Like you did way too much for my birthday. You don't owe me a birthday present, period, end of discussion. But she was like, nope, I feel weird about it. So she gave me this stunning albo, and she's like, everybody needs an albo in their collection. And it's not that I don't have albos, but I either have like a very green albo or an extremely white albo. I've never had something very balanced that looks like what everybody wants out of an albo. So she basically took like her best top cutting and gave it to me. And she's like, if this does not do well for you, if this does not maintain the variegation and grow well for you, then you've proven that you and albos don't mix. This one is rooting in like a mossy perlite mix. She took the cutting, I don't even know how long ago, but it's starting to root. Yeah, here's the kind of aerial root that's starting to root, and I see another aerial root forming right here. It's just popping out. So this is gonna start rooting into the moss. Before it gets too rooted, I'm gonna move it to a tree fern soil. That's my goal, and get it onto a pole. I do worry about pests on this, especially spider mites, because that's like the main pest that I'm dealing with. And I am gonna grow this out in ambient conditions, like probably in my living room. I might be getting in spickle mites, which is like a predatory mites that's like targeted at spider mites. Lauren's getting some in, and they do well, or like they're kind of meant for lower humidity environments, so I don't need to have it in a greenhouse in order for them to activate. So I think that might be actually, I really hope that it's gonna help me maintain a spider mite free home once I give it like a really good spray down with stuff. We were also talking about other systemics as well that are from like Asia to help with spider mites. So fingers crossed, like I want to be a spider mite free home once again in the next 6 months. That's my like 6-month goal. But yeah, isn't this like the most perfect albo ever? I personally am more drawn to like the very marbly albos. If it has sectoral variegation, then great, but like this kind of leaf I think is absolutely stunning. This leaf is probably a little bit too white for my liking, but you can, that's the very bottom leaf, and like the newest leaf would be this one right here. So I think it's just, it's so pretty. This is like the ideal albo. This is the kind of albo that like my friend Erin, if you remember her Unruly Botany, like she's like the albo whisperer. She's so good at growing albos, and she only will buy and grow like the most beautifully variegated albos. This would be one that I can see her growing, because it's just like top tier albo. So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Lauren. I think both her and Charmaine are like, Alice needs an albo. Alice needs an albo. I'm like, oh my gosh, albos have been just like nothing but heartache for me, but I have a good feeling about this one. And then lastly, I was just like potting up plants, and then Lauren came over and just like dropped this on me. This one is an Anthurium Novelty Ace. So it's not an Ace of Spades. It's what a grower or nursery called Novelty G was selling as Ace of Spades. I don't think anybody knows what the actual idea is or the parentage. So this plant originally came from Amanda. Charmaine has a Novelty Ace, and then Lauren was shipped one like maybe a few months later. And then I remember this was like a little mini haul. It was the same time that I got my Carla BVEP and my Red Crystallinum from Amanda. That shipment to Lauren contained a Novelty Ace for Lauren, and Amanda asked her to chop it for me, but then it took her this long to get it to like root out, start growing, and then I think I think this was an offset on the plant, so she finally was able to separate one for me. But when she got it, I remember the roots weren't very good. She was kind of like iffy about chopping it because it was coming in winter, so there was a little bit of like cold stress on the plant. So she was like, let me just grow it for a little while, and I totally forgot that she was meant to cut this for me. It was freshly potted just a couple days ago, so I don't, oh, actually I do see a tiny little root here, and it's in like a tree fern / her aroid mix. There's like cocoa coir, perlite, cocoa chunks, worm castings, bark, a little bit of everything. So I'm actually really happy with this mix. I have no reason to change it. I'm gonna see if I can find a photo of Novelty Ace. I think it's really pretty. It's like a really dark plant, very like flat and smooth surface. And what I really like about this is that it really just is super variable. Like every leaf looks so different from the last. So I think that's really interesting. I've always been interested in this plant, but like I knew that Charmaine had it. I knew that Lauren had it. I wasn't in like a rush to get this plant, but finally have it. So thank you, Lauren, for this. I think she has a couple more that's going to be like rooting out and grown a little bit before selling. And that's my mini haul. So I'm gonna close it off here. Thank you guys so much for watching this mishmashy vlog. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.